Hello students, today we will see white box testing. So what is white box testing? White box testing is the detailed investigation of internal logic and structure of the code. In this type of testing, the code is visible to the tester. It focuses primarily on the verification of the flow of input as well as output through the application. It improves the design, usability, and strengthens security. To perform white box testing, on an application, a tester needs to know the internal working of the code. The tester needs to have the look inside the source code and find out which unit or chunk of the code is behaving inappropriate. White box testing is also called as glass testing or open box testing. Here is the classification of white box testing. It is mainly classified as static testing and structural testing. First, we will see the static testing. Static testing is a type of software testing which is performed to check the defects in the software without actually executing the code of the software applications. It is performed in the early stage of development to avoid errors as it is easier to find the sources of failure and it can be fixed easily. The error that can't be found using dynamic testing can be easily found using static testing. There are various techniques for static testing, the review and the static. We will see the review first. Review is a testing process in which it performs or finds the potential defects in the design of a software. It is a process to detect and remove errors and defects in the different supporting documents like software requirement specification. People examine the document and sort out errors, redundancies, and any ambiguities if present. There are four types of reviews. First is the informal. In informal review, the creator of the documents put the contents in the front of the audience and everyone give their opinion and thus defects are identified in the early stage. Second type is the walkthrough. It is basically performed by experienced person or expert to check the defects so that there might not be problems further in the development or testing phase. Third type is the peer review. Peer review means checking documents of one and another to detect and fix the defects. It is basically done in the team of the colleagues. Last is the inspection. Inspection is basically the verification of document by the higher authorities like the verification of the software requirement specification. Next is the static analysis. Static analysis includes the evaluation of the code quality that is written by the developer. Different tools are available that is used to do this static analysis. It is done on the code and comparison of the same with the standards. It is used to check whether there are any unused variables, is there any dead code, infinite loops, variables with undefined values, or any wrong syntax. Static analysis is divided into three types. First is the data flow. Data flow is related to the stream of processing. Next is the control flow. Control flow is basically how the statements or instructions are executed. And the last is the cyclomatic complexity. Cyclomatic complexity is the measurement of the complexity of the program that is basically related to the number of independent paths in the control flow graph of the program. Next is the structural testing. Structural testing is basically related to the internal design and implementation of the software. Means it involves the development team members in the testing team. It is basically test different aspects of the software according to its types. It has various types. First is control flow testing. The entire code, design, and structure of the software have to be known for the type of testing. Often, this type of testing is used by the developers to test their own code and implementations. This method is used to test the logic of the code so that the requirements can be obtained. Slice-based testing. Slice-based testing is useful for software debugging, software maintenance, program understanding, and quantification of functional cohesion. It divides the program into different slices and tests that slice, which can marginally affect the entire software. Next is the data flow testing. It is used to control the flow graphs to explore the unreasonable things that can happen to the data. The detection of the data flow anomalies are based on the association between the values and variables. Without build initialization, usage of variables. Initialized variables are not at all used. And the last is the mutation testing. Mutation testing is the type of software testing that is performed to design new software, test, and also evaluate the quality of already existing software test. It focuses to help the tester develop effective tests or locate weaknesses in the test data used for the program. In the last, we will see the advantages and disadvantages of white box testing. First, as the advantages, it helps in optimizing the code. Whatever the extra lines of code are there, it can be removed so that this will not create any kind of problem in future. Due to the tester knowledge about the code, maximum coverage is attained during the test scenario writing. As the tester has the knowledge of the source code, it becomes very easy to find out which type of data can help in testing the application effectively. Disadvantages of white box testing are due to the fact that a skilled tester is needed to perform white box testing, the cost increases. Sometimes it is impossible to look into every nook and corner to find out hidden errors that may create problems, as many parts will go untested. It is difficult to maintain white box testing as it requires specialized tools like code analyzer and debugging tool. While concluding the same, we can say that white box testing can be quite complex. The complexity involved has a lot to do with the application being tested. A small application that performs a single operation could be a white box tested in few minutes, while larger programming application takes days, weeks, or even longer to fully tested. White box testing should be done on the software application that is being developed after it is written and again after each modification. Thank you for listening.